What's going on, gamers? Joker here to bring you guys just a quick class breakdown for NHL. So we're going to get right into this with the two-way. As you know, as the name implies, he is a two-way forward. He plays offense and defense really well. Though this guy basically strong as far as offensive-wise is just supporting the team and helping out. Basically making it to where your team doesn't have to really worry about a breakaway or something. The defense can get in the play a little bit more, because you're basically capable of covering defense until a defensive player gets there. More so than any other class. Offensive capability-wise, deking is not really their strong point. It's like below average. Everything's about mid-range, as the game will tell you. Shooting's mid-range. So you basically want to keep the game simple when you're playing a two-way. If you don't want to try for those blue line snipes or those, just squeeze plays. Basically, if you're going to try and do it, it's a gamble. Every, 1 in 5 shots may make it if it's a snipe. And you're going to hit the post a lot more than what you think. And it's irritating, yes. Although sinking one-timers is easy for just about any player, and two-way can do it as well. So there's no worries there. But basically, you want to keep your play to a little bit above the hash marks and close. Any more than that, and it's just a gamble. And any shot you think you should score, you won't. So we're gonna move right on over to the power forward. And as this guy's name implies, which is kind of obvious, he is the powerhouse for the forwards. He is there to basically get the puck up the ice or keep the puck in play. He's a supporter for the team. He can score more so than the two-way. He is more offense-oriented than the two-way, but he's also slower in the two-way, and his defensive skill isn't as coordinated as the two-way. Two-way will... is more likely to cause a turnover than a power forward is. He's, like I said, slower than the two-way. I show you an example here of how slow he really is. And this is hustling, that's clicking in on the left stick and making him go. His puck handling skills as far as deking are better than the two-ways, but not by much. He can get the job done, and that's what matters. He's more accurate and more powerful than the two-way when it comes to his shot, so this guy's more likely to score on the ice. So I feel like if you really aren't that good at playing defense, you're not the guy that drops back for the team, but you still want to help out. You're not the one you want to have the pressure of scoring that game-winning goal. Power forward's for you. He can pass, he can do it all, and he does it fairly well, and he does his job well. He can check. He can take a hit himself. He's a force to be reckoned with. So, we're going to move on to the grinder. And this guy is basically a dumbed-down version of the power forward and the two-way. If you're going to play a grinder, I don't recommend you touching the puck much. If anything, I recommend if your team has the puck and you're in the offensive zone, you want to park your... I'm not going to say that. You want to park right in front of the goalie. You want to stay right there and, look for tips. Hand-eye for the grinder is a lot higher, even though he's really not the best deker. But the hand-eye, as far as tips, you'll notice you will tend to bat the puck towards the net more. You'll tend to get the tips a lot more. Just stay in those dirty areas. That is why he's called a grinder, because he will grind out the dirty areas and keep the puck in play when, their defense has it. Now, if you're going to be a grinder, don't expect to score many goals. You do have a greater chance of causing a rebound as a grinder. And while we're on the term of rebounds, this is a little tip for you guys out there who generate rebounds or want to generate more rebounds. The best way to generate rebounds, which I show you in one of these clips, I'm not too sure, is basically you want to do it before the goalie's in the butterfly. If he's in the butterfly, he will eat up every shot that you have, and you'll generate 0 to none rebounds. So if you're a rebound guy, make sure the goalie's standing up, because he'll tend to kick it out more, and that sets your team up for something amazing. Now back on the subject of the grinder. If you are going to play the grinder, just don't hold the puck as often. If you get the puck, get rid of it as soon as you can. Don't take that chance away from somebody who is more offense oriented. Defensive wise, he's not that good. I mean, he's good for fighting for it in the defensive zone, but yeah, he's not really an offensive player. Now we're going to move right on to the dangler. I picked TJ Oshie because to me he represents a dangler, more than any player. I'm not going to spend too much time on him because a dangler is, it's pretty obvious what they do. They basically dance with the puck. These guys are ballerinas. They're the little people you can't hit, and it irritates you when you can't hit them. And if you want to be the guy who can solo carry the puck up the ice, get around the defense, and just basically pull people out of position, this is the guy for you. He can't really shoot that well. He shoots better than all the other classes that I just showed you, but as far as offensive classes go, he's not really a scorer. He sets his team up. It's basically a glorified playmaker who can deke but not pass as well or shoot as well. So if you're looking to dance with the puck, maybe show off a little bit, or make that important play for your team, be the dangler. Now, sniper, this guy right here is a monster to master. If you end up mastering the sniper, and your ultimate team or your club works well together with the sniper, then I highly recommend doing it. But it does require practice to play a sniper, because you will realize that the accuracy of this guy is way too high. When I say that, I mean, to me, physics and luck plays a factor in when you're shooting, and when you get it past the the net. I guess that's kind of like real hockey. But if you are going to play the sniper, you need to fine-tune it. If you have a heavy thumb, don't play a sniper. What I mean by a heavy thumb, I mean you can't find that sweet spot. You can't hold it at not all the way up at the top left, or the stick all the way top left. If you can just hold the stick, kind of not touching the outer rim. It's hard for me to explain, and I ain't got enough time in this clip to explain it. If you're going to play the sniper, it takes practice. He's a shooter, he's squishy, and he really relies on his teammates. But you know what? He returns the favor by getting that goal, His deking's not that good. It's about as good as the two-way. His passing, about as good as a dangler. So, if you plan on playing a sniper, I highly recommend practice. Alright, we're going to go right on to this here playmaker. If you're planning on playing the playmaker, the only advice I can give you is practice passing. That is basically his job on the ice. That is the only thing he really excels in. Other than that, I mean, he has a better shot than the power forward, but it's not quite as good as, the playmaker. This guy is basically second best shooter. He is the second best deker on the ice. I mean, this guy's probably one of the most well-balanced players out there. And he can't really check as much, but he's not as squishy as a dangler or a sniper. So there's really not much that he can and can't do. If you are planning on playing the playmaker, practice saucer passing, practice passing in general, because this guy will it's like unlimited what his passing can do. If you're planning on playing the playmaker, and I highly recommend, if you like setting your teams up and getting that assist, pick this guy. So I'm just going to use this section here to basically give you guys just a little bit of breakdown and explain a little bit of what I said, and apologize for the background music and the audio quality, because I know this is crappy. I got a new mic recently, so I do apologize for that. But basically, I utterly forgot to add this in, and I should have, but that's why I'm adding it in now. The first three, the two-way, the power forward, and the grinder, I consider those support forwards, the support offensive classes, which by that I mean they're not really offensive oriented. They're there to help the offensive oriented players. It's always good to have at least one on the ice. If you got two, that is just a wall behind a wall. And it's, you just got to find that balance with those players. When I say offensive-oriented, which I did say, I'm talking about the sniper, playmaker, and the dangler. which are, basically the guys who are there to score the goals or make the play. They're the ones that require support players like grinders and, you know, power forwards and all that to just help them make that play or to do the tip like you just saw there. Anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, leave it down. I enjoy hearing comments. One or two people who actually do comment on my videos, I enjoy reading them and answering your questions. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I hope it helps you. I hope this gave you an outlook and maybe helped you improve your game, because I know this game is difficult and it takes a lot of practice. Like, I've been playing this game since NHL 12, and nowadays getting into Division 1 and 2 and stuff like that requires you to work really hard, and it's irritating. And I hate playing in Division 1 and 2 when we get there. Like, we end up creating a new team because of how hard we have to work, and it just stops the game from being fun. So, if... I forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll put out more eventually. I'm sorry, I know I don't have a schedule, but if you really are one of those people who look forward to my videos, let me know. Give me a little motivation to put out a video maybe once a week. Thanks for watching, and yeah.